it's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
What is up, Ghostheads? It's another episode of the Ghostheads radio show. My name is Ted, aka Steady. It is wonderful to be back with you again. Joining me as always, you know him, the one and only Matty B.
I am so excited, dude. I've missed you guys heavy. And we've talked about coming back on. Things come up. Season 2 of Ghostheads radio show is live in effect. And I don't know if you noticed. Look at this hat. Yellow Rose Ghostbusters in the house. Ghostbusters San Antonio with Ted's in the house. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm good. You need to tell them the real reason why we've been away for so long. You've been meeting every country music star for the last 3 months. That's really what it's been,
I
folks.
know.
Check his Instagram profile. That's all it is.
I've been on a hiatus, and but honestly, it pains me. I'd rather not meet Luke Combs than I just want to hang out with my fam. I want to hang out with my people, and I see people in the chat. Hop on, get in with it. I see Bryce is already in the house. Ted, I didn't put on my bracelet. Ted, I feel bad now.
Mine is literally downstairs next to my keys, but I wear it every time
You've had it
we have an event.
every time you suit up. That bracelet's on. Shouts out to Bryce.
Absolutely. Greg's also in the house. South Carolina Ghostbusters are here. We got a great show for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Firehouse news. There's been photos, there's been speculation. What have we been seeing so far? No spoilers, but honestly, we don't know any spoilers, so we can't tell you any. And we're also going to be talking about some of the things that we've been doing. Maddie's played the Ghostbusters VR Academy.
Yes.
We've had an event last week. I have a major event that the San Antonio Ghostbusters team is going to be at coming up in July. And at the end of the show, if you were one of the lucky ones to be a part of our Ghostbusters 2022 nationwide toy drive, I have a great opportunity for you guys. Stay tuned to the end of the show. Our next big initiative is going to get launched in the next couple of months. So stick around, hear all about it. But first,
we
have a very special guest for you guys joining us from the South Carolina team. That's right. You know them very well. Mr. John Roop, what's going on, sir?
How's it going, guys? How's it going? Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. John, welcome. Welcome. I know that you have a lot that you're here to talk about. You guys are doing great things, and we absolutely love talking about all the great things that the chapters are doing across the nation, across the world. But we also love hearing origin stories, and I'm sure you guys have a great one, or you guys have a story that you tell people about the South Carolina team. How did you guys get started? What led to it? And how long you guys been around?
Well, it all started really was I think it was about 2011. Had a good job, and I was like, hey, I could finally build a good Ghostbusters costume for Halloween, because I had loved it all my life. I'd watched the movie pretty much every day after kindergarten and first grade growing up. I don't remember how I first saw it, but it just been a constant in my life, and I'd always wanted to do it. And then some friends wanted to do it with me, and so we started getting the costumes together. And then we found out that there were franchises around the country and decided to start one. Then as we looked around, we found other people in the state. Like we found people like in the Columbia region and Rock Hill region, up in the upstate, down the low state down in Charleston. And we just got all together and be like, hey, you guys want to do this together? So we just all came under one banner as a South Carolina Ghostbusters. We've been doing it since June 12th, 2012 is I put the official stamp on it whenever I registered the domain. So
June 12th, 2012. So you guys are like about to hit your 12-year mark. Is that right?
yep, yeah, about hit 11 years, 12 years. It's been a good long run. We've had a lot of fun, been to a lot of cons, met a lot of cool people, pointed our fingers a lot at the camera.
Like
And
we all do.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that pose, the finger forward. So my girlfriend, she's very supportive and she loves everything that we do. But from time to time, she'll take a snippet of me in a Ghostbusters uniform pointing forward, and she'll send it with, "What do you want for dinner?" And so like it'll be like this thing like, "What do you want to do today?" And doesn't it get addictive? Like Ted, when you go to take a picture anywhere else, even if you're not in a Ghostbusters uniform, do you have this like initiative to want to throw the finger out right away, and you have to kind of hold yourself back?
I'm always thinking about doing something different because it's like an automatic motion now. Like even before the camera's ready, they're like fumbling with it, and I'm already in
Yeah.
pose, and it's like, oh, all right, we'll just stop then.
It's a great pose for a couple of reasons. It's like right there out of the commercial in the first movie, and
yeah.
it's a great way to show like both your hands. So
I have two of them,
yeah.
and here they are.
Real quick, we got the chat rolling. If you have questions for the South Carolina team, we have questions for anybody on the stream, by all means, drop them in the chat. Dave's asked, you guys ever hit up the East Coast? John obviously does. And I'm going to speak for Maddie, because Maddie, you go to Virginia every now and then, right?
I grew up in Virginia. I spent a lot of time. Actually, it's good we have John on here. I grew up in Blacksburg, Virginia. So Charlotte, North Carolina is about, I would say maybe an hour 45 from where I grew up. And South Carolina, it's not much longer than that. Maybe, I
30
mean, most
minutes.
of my vacations were in South Carolina and Myrtle Beach. And I don't know how you feel about that, John, but we went down there all the time. The best golf state in the world. I know this is a ghost podcast, but if you like to play golf, South Carolina is the place to be. And yes, I'm on the East Coast often. I'm an East Coast boy.
Myrtle Beach is definitely a city that exists here.
Yeah.
It's called Murder Beach for a reason. So
yeah, but OBX is where it's at. OBX.
Oh yeah. But you're definitely right about the golf here. It is top in the country.
The best per capita. Murder and golf per capita.
Right here. I'm based out of right here. I'm based out of Florence. We are midway on I-95 between New York City and Miami.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of cocaine, and we get a lot of other stuff that gets busted here. So you can imagine what goes on here.
Hey, I hear you, John.
This is a wild, like, first episode back in a while. Like, we're already getting
but
into
this is fun. This is
very, very interesting topics.
I got a friend in the state troopers who tells me how much stuff they bust every year, and it's crazy. It's just like just driving down the interstate and be like, that minivan looks weird, and they pull it over and it's got like 700 kilos of something in it.
Well, I mean, no, but Ted, this is the thing. We're not going to stay on this. We're not going to stay on this forever. But the interstate literally runs from Miami, Florida to New York City almost.
And we are the midpoint.
Like, and this is like, that's where people stop off. Like South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, even. It's a crazy place to be in the United States.
It is a crazy place to be.
Legacy Nerd's in the chat. Good buddy, Legacy of Nerd. He says it's crazy. Anywhere else you drive 5 hours, you go through 4 different states. Texas, you could drive for 13 hours. That's over half a day for you.
And you're still in Texas.
I'm not sure. And you're always in Texas. You're always in Texas. It's a freaking country. It used to be a country. That's how big it is.
And that's our good buddy, Daniel, Legacy and Nerd. If you guys are Power Rangers fans too, check out his channel and go subscribe and like what he's got going on. He just launched his merch. Great guy. Go, if you're a Power Rangers fan, go check out Legacy and Nerd for sure.
You should be surprised about where you could get hit. You could get in 5 hours from here. You can hit Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. It's a good base of operations. So
Yeah, which
you
is
can get
funny
to
because my
Orlando,
family
Atlanta.
my family vacations were interchanged. So, because where I grew up, it was the same distance to Miami as it was to New York City. So, sometimes we have family vacations to New York City. I actually have a picture on the World Trade Center towers, on the top of the towers, 2 years before they fell.
Nice.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, crazy
Real
stuff.
quick, shout out to Bryce, who is our accessory designer. He says, "Well, guys, I got a jet. I have an MRI scheduled for tomorrow for my shoulder. Injured it a few months ago, most likely in a proton pack accident. I'm sure. Great to see you guys again, and keep on busting. You got to be
No,
careful how you take those off.
well, no, he's got an MRI because Bryce does 10 miles in a wheelchair. I
That's
mean,
right.
he's just pumping the wheels, Bryce. You gotta, 1, 2 miles. That's fine.
Good luck to you, sir. Godspeed. Hope everything turns out well for you. And John, I need to go back to something Greg had said. Trivia champ. What's he talking about?
Well, in 2020 and 2021, the Windy City Ghostbusters held a like nationwide Ghostbusters trivia contest, and 2020 I came in second place. 2021 I came in first, and won $6,000 for our charity, which was the South Carolina Special Olympics.
My goodness, 6 G's.
Yeah.
What was like the winning question? Usually everybody always remembers like the last question that got them the trophy. What was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember what the last question in particular was, but I remember the questions that threw me off were like Dana's apartment number,
Oh. Ooh.
it's, stuff like how many arms came out of the chair when Dana gets possessed. Like
Damn.
it's stuff like that.
I love
Questions
that.
about the Extreme Ghostbusters. I actually have them all written down somewhere. Um, but just because I wanted to go back and look over it. But it was some tough questions, and it was a really good game. It was honestly a bright spot during the lockdown those 2 years. And Larry Cry, he came in first in 2020. He was a great challenger, and it was fun to battle him. But it was 20 franchises all over the country, and it was just a great time.
Hell yeah.
I love it. We got a champ on the show. You didn't tell us you were a champ, John.
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
on, man.
come on. My gosh. And by the way, can I throw out a hashtag Team Terry?
Team Terry.
Hashtag Team Terry for life. That's going to be a running theme on the show. How do we get into this trivia, John?
They haven't
I've
done it in a
not.
while. It was Bob Anderson out of the Windy City Ghostbusters.
Oh, Bob Anderson. He's a
Yeah.
big time Ghostbuster. He's in all
Uh,
the pages.
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He put this together just because he was like, "Hey, we're all stuck here. We can all do this all over the internet. Let's do it."
That's
And
awesome. And we'd
and
love to be a part of that moving forward. That's all I'm saying.
that's you might be carrying the torch because after 2021, he was like, "Yeah, let's they put it up and they haven't done it in the past 2 years." But
All right,
I
so
know
we're gonna ask Bob. Hey, Bob, can you do it this year? If not, we're doing it.
the day
Ghostbusters
after.
Radio Trivia Show.
Oh, that would be great. The day after it, I messaged him. I was like, "Can I be a part of next year's?" He's like, "Dude, I still haven't gone to sleep from last night. And you're asking about next year already?" I was like, "I know I can't play anymore, but can I be a judge?"
Yeah. No, but Bob Anderson is heavy in the Ghostbusters pages. Anybody who's watching this has seen him post for sure.
Yeah, and he's working hard on his Bob After Dark show right now, which is great.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
John, can you get us on?
I don't know. No, that's all through him. I just know that just wanted to plug what he's working on. He's been
John,
working really hard.
you're the guy. Get us on.
If I had any pull, I would.
Dave's in the chat saying, "Well, if you guys love wings, you might want to check out the National Chicken Wing Fest in a little place known as Buffalo, New York. LOL." So I've never been to Buffalo. I've been to NYC, but we have Anchor Bar in my hometown, and Anchor Bar is famous for like I think they started in Buffalo, and so like all over the place on the walls, they have the claim to fame that they started the buffalo wing or something like that. So, Dave, if you know of Anchor Bar, let me know if that's in fact true. They're either franchise and they started in Buffalo or something. But yeah, he also says that trivia challenge was great and raised a lot of money that night too. That's fantastic. That's amazing. I love that story. That's fantastic.
It's great.
Um, Tell us more about the South Carolina team. I know we're gonna get to your guys' charity. It's extremely important. You guys are doing a benefit and a huge raffle. But tell us about what the team does, the type of organizations you guys support. Like, what are you really passionate about? What do you guys go out there and do?
Most of the time we've just most of the stuff we do is we just get a table at a con, and every year we've gone through a lot of charities. We started off supporting Scares That Care, which was out of Virginia, and what we liked about them was they literally give 110% of their donations to they choose one family in need every year from something like a house fire or something like that, and 100% of their cash donations and like 10% of their merchandise is what they did that. And then we've gone through, what else have we done? We chose specific families like in the state for a while, raised money for some good people, and we've recently switched over to the South Carolina Special Olympics, and we just you have a donation, we do raffles like the one we're doing now, and we just get out there, we have fun. We do birthday parties, but it's been mostly comic conventions. It's how we get out there and do stuff.
The Special Olympics, we have a little bit of history with them in our state. Is that like in your guys' experience? That's like the wildest event, right?
Oh, it's great. We I haven't been to any of their actual events, but we raise money for them. But
Oh,
it's
okay,
just it's
gotcha.
just something it's near and dear to our hearts, and that's when we made some changes a few years ago. That's what we decided to switch our charity over to, and done a lot of good things.
I can tell you right now, there's no videos of me dancing at a Special Olympics event. There's not one on the internet. So even if you tried to look, you couldn't find it. So I'm just throwing that out there.
No, impossible. It is highly unlikely that we would find any videos of Maddie B dancing or like borderline twerking at a Special Olympics event in the middle of the summer, sporting a flight suit. Yeah. While I look for it, let's talk about something else.
So I want John. Around the time we were rounding up one of our favorite things of the year, which is the Ghostbusters toy drive, which we partnered with the longtime runner of the toy drive in New York City, Ghostbusters, and we're rounding in toys, thousands of toys, and some news came through around Christmas. It was a little bit difficult, and it made its rounds through all of the pages. It made its round through our pages. You know, everybody's paying attention to this stuff. So you have something going on, and I want you to be able to talk about it in a way that makes sense for you.
All right. Well, one of our longtime members, Heather Bradley, passed away. I think it was like Christmas night of last year. It was sudden, very unexpected, and one of the craziest things, or the hardest things for to really like, just what hammered it in my head was when I was telling our team in the group chat, the last person that had said something was her. So it was really crazy. It was like, she posted a meme. Next thing we posted was that she had left us. But we are hosting a raffle now to support her family. We've got a lot of great prizes in there. First prize, you get a full set of the Kenner retro figures that are coming out. A vintage tee from one of our members' collections. The one of the Lego Ecto ones. The hardback cover of the IDW Total Containment. And the second place, you've got the 2016 Lego Ecto, some Playmobil, and the hardcover of the TMNT Ghostbusters crossover. And the third place, you've got the Fright Features playset from Afterlife, Ghostbusters Monopoly, Slime's Ray from the Plasma series, and these little Hallmark cute little Beanie Babies Ghostbusters. And you get one of right under the picture of her is a pin that we had made that's much in the same vein as the Ryan Kemp and Harold Ramis and Ivan Reitman pins that are up there. And you get one of these too. And we have them available if anybody would like some. And it's just a great little pin to add to your flight suit in support of fallen members of our community. Wore it alongside, we've lost 2 other members in the past decade we've done this, and I also wear one for Kemp and Harold and Ivan.
Yeah. Well, that's tough, John. And I want you to send me the link right now. I'm going to go ahead and opt in for the $20, and I'm going to do that live here on the show.
All right.
And we know the artist who drew that second place. I can't guarantee this, but we know the artist who drew this comic, and I might be able to get him to throw in something there for that. But here's the thing. This is not about, if you're actually entering into this hoping to get a prize or a piece of something, that's great. But as Ghostbusters, as franchise members, we need to be just supporting this team in this cause right now. It's not about the prize. It's not about the anything. I'm almost in tears just thinking about it. It's a tough thing to go through. And so definitely hop in, join the raffle. Hopefully you get something nice, but don't do it just for that. Hop in and do something nice. Ted, send me the link right now. I'll do it live right here. I'm going to go in for the $20 donation right now, live on the show. And everybody should hop in and help with this right now. It's very important.
Yeah, and the few weeks we've had it running, we've already raised $1,000. We've had some very generous donations, and we thank everybody for helping us out and help, support Heather's family. She was a very wonderful team member. She kept everybody on their toes. And my favorite memory was we did a convention in 2014, and Doug Jones was there. The great character actor.
Yeah.
And she just walked them up to our booth and said he gives great hugs, and made him hug all of us, and it was great.
Oh wow!
And he does. He just felt completely enveloped because his arms are like 9 feet long. He just
yes. Well,
For anybody,
this is what we want. It's in the chat. That's what you're going to say, Ted. Go for it. I didn't.
yeah, I was gonna say it's in the chat right now. If anybody has issues clicking on it, let me know. I want to make sure it works properly. But
it's I can just if you go to paypal.me/scgb, or you just go to PayPal at southcarolinagb@gmail.com.
There you go. The bottom of the screen, right? PayPal at SCGB.
Yeah. If I had a QR code, I'd put it up there, but I don't think I do. Let me check real quick.
John, this is a good question that I thought of. For anybody who doesn't have PayPal activated or like a profile, I've had it for so long, I don't remember when I started. So do you guys accept other forms, Cash App, stuff like that?
We have not set that up. We've had the most success with PayPal.
Gotcha.
But we just didn't really think about it.
Well, I got to be honest. I got to be honest with you. I know the IRS might be listening. I got banned from PayPal for gambling in a state where it's not legal, so I can't donate via PayPal. But John, send me a Cash App or a Venmo, and I can get that over to you. I'll set this whole thing up like I'm going to donate on live stream, but sorry, I can't do PayPal, my guy.
No problem. No problem.
Here's
I'll send you my Venmo right now.
Hey,
here's what
that's cool.
that's fine. Yeah, what I was gonna do is I was gonna say I will throw in for both of us, and then
Okay,
you can just send me half.
I'll
But
cash up you. Yeah, you do 40, and I'll cash up you.
yeah, anybody else wants to scan the QR code on the screen? Probably should make it bigger just to make sure you guys get it really well. So there's the PayPal QR code. Again, support this fan base in these chapters have done amazing things, and we saw that in December. And this
We're
is
gonna see you soon.
just another cause that we can all rally behind because we're all connected, and it's sometimes not said enough, or maybe when you say it, it doesn't really hold a ton of meaning, but we're all connected. And when you meet another person who's willing to dress up in a flight suit and walk around in leather boots in the summer all day long, or in a parade, and you're carrying around a 20 to 35-pound proton pack on your back just because you know it makes other people happy to see you just as much as it makes you. It connects all of us in that regard. It's something extremely special.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Rest in
going to
peace.
be
Rest in peace, Brittany. And it's so big, Ted. What you're saying is so real. What
It's
you're
absolutely.
saying is it's just real, man. It's just like, dude, this is one of us. It's the same as anybody on our teams. If you're in a franchise and you don't feel this, that's crazy because it them losing their member is us losing a member of our own team.
yeah, the outpouring of support we got from everybody was very touching, and
Yeah.
we really appreciate it. And it just goes to show you how many lives that she touched just because she was so active with everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So definitely sign up, but don't do it just for the prizes. Rest in peace, Heather Bradley, and sign up, send your money, and if you get something great, but send your money. Do it because it's for her family, it's for the cause, it's for the franchises. This is what we do this for. This is what we're all about.
and we will contact you via your PayPal information, or check out our Facebook page to see the winner, and we will ship wherever. So you don't have to be anywhere near us. It doesn't matter. So we got some big boxes for y'all.
Awesome, John.
fantastic.
Um,
If anybody wants to announce in the chat or comment after the stream's over, if you're just watching this at another time, you can join me in announcing your donation to the raffle. Mine is done. I can't show you guys
Thank
anything,
you.
right?
that's ours, Ted.
Thank you.
I'll
He,
send you the 20 right now.
John sent the Venmo to the chat, so you can use the Venmo if you want to. But absolutely, if anybody's in the chat, if you're already getting your own tickets, if you're already donating, let us know you did. We're gonna shout. We're gonna give you a shout out, and Matt's gonna sing a song for you guys.
I will sing a song. I will also twerk. Twerking is not off the table. I will twerk for donations towards Heather Bradley. I will twerk. That's a fact. And thanks, John, for sharing that. I know it's difficult for you. I know even with your job, things are difficult. We talked about that a little bit offline about the things that you deal with. So you sharing that and everything, we're more than happy to be here for you, brother. We love you.
Love you guys too. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the opportunity to come chat with you guys and share our story and our franchise with you guys. And just
Awesome.
we love to be Ghostbusters, and we got a lot of people on the team that love to be Ghostbusters too.
Awesome. John, are you going to stay on with us? I have a trailer for a new Ghostbusters fan film that was just released. Would you watch it with us?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to share my screen.
There we go. Make sure you share the audio too.
I will. And share. So we should be good. Can you hear the audio?
No.
Waiting for something to happen first. I don't think so.
All right. Well,
Wait,
let me try that.
wait. Play it again.
Let's see.
Always the question of, was there any audio yet?
There'll be some audio here. Well, there should have been a little tab for me to share. Maybe let me just unshare it and then share it again. Is that okay for everybody?
Yeah.
I'll unshare.
If not, send me the link and I'll try and share it as well.
All right, I'll do it for you. Let's see. Link. Oh,
While
right.
you're doing that, that brings up another thing we mentioned before we started. There is a Ghostbusters fan film cinematic universe out there that we have. There's a Facebook page. It's just a loose collection of films that is like lightly moderated. If you that you get all everything will just be lumped in together under the same universe banner, as long as nothing contradicts each other. But it's a lot of fun, and we share it, and people build timelines out of it. Ben Longlany out of Louisiana started it, and
what was it? Anagram? Is that what it is?
no, it's just GBFFCU. Ghostbusters
GBFFCU.
Yeah, Ghostbusters fan film cinematic universe.
This is a good one. I think this trailer is great. Did you get it, Ted? It's in the private chat.
I got it. Stand by. And we are a go. All right. So, do you know the name of this at all?
No.
I do.
It's Attack on Florence. It's Attack on Florence.
Assault on Florence, a Ghostbusters story. Here we go, folks.
I live in Florence.
Abbiamo analizzato l'area dove sorge il castello e abbiamo scoperto che si situa proprio sulla linea del drago, altrimenti nota come linea terrestre di San Michele Arcangelo. Allora, vuoi proprio collaborare?
Collaborare? Devo ancora farmi il primo caffè del mattino e devo ancora andare al cesso.
E allora vuol dire che per questo assegno torneremo la prossima volta.
Va bene, avete catturato la mia attenzione. In cosa posso esservi d'aiuto?
Chiamala fortuna, chiamala fortuna, chiamala karma. Ho la convinzione che tutto accade per un motivo.
Ci sono dei luoghi che hanno la particolarità di assorbire enormi quantità di energia psicocinetica.
Bisognerebbe anche trovarci di fronte ad una congiunzione astrale che accade ogni 500 anni in un preciso giorno di primavera.
Questo sappiamo già quando succederà?
Domani notte, alle 3 in punto.
Questo a volte può formare dei semplici orbs che sono totalmente innocui, ma in alcuni casi può significare il ritorno nella nostra dimensione di alcune entità.
No, non guardi me, anch'io parlo solo italiano.
Muoviti adesso, bastardo!
Ok. Fatto paura? No, figuriamoci, noi anzi siamo abituati a
Ma dimmi, sei nuova qui in villa?
Quindi pensi sia posseduto?
Credo sia il caso di tornare al castello a fare due chiacchiere.
That was great.
Yeah.
The Italians have done good. I saw another Italian fan film from the Ghostbusters that was very good, and It's just so funny because even though I had no clue what they're saying, when they're zipping up the flight suits, when the music gets going, when they put the trap in the containment system, like these are universal languages. Like we know this is a hell yeah, let's go moment.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
I love it. The young guy has a little Finn Wolfhard look going on with him.
He looked just like Finn Wolfhard.
The special effects were top notch. I mean, everything from the wand stream
Yeah.
to the ghosts that were coming out of the well, much like the firehouse explosion. I mean, it's so perfect. What was the budget on the special effects in this thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the link to the channel in the chat. This is their video, it's not ours, so
Yeah.
credit to the owners there. We thought it was fantastic. If you wanna watch it again or you wanna share it, please check it out.
You can never go wrong with a good fan film, man.
Hey, not at all, buddy. Not at all.
Absolutely
What's next?
fantastic.
What's next, Ted? What do you got?
Well, John, if you gotta go, we totally understand. I know it's getting late on your side of the country there.
Yeah, I need to get going. It's got early morning, but I really appreciate everything you guys done and letting me come on the show and giving a shout out to everything. And maybe we can do it again in the future.
Absolutely,
John.
Anytime, and we're gonna keep resharing the flyer and make sure we get the word out, my friend.
All right, thank you guys so very much, and I hope you'll have a great night and keep on busting.
Hey,
Absolutely.
busting makes me feel good. John?
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
buddy.
Thank you, John. South Carolina team. Godspeed you, brother.
Thank you.
We have a couple of more topics of the night. The first one is actually one that I've been waiting a long time to talk to you about.
Okay.
We had, and by I say we, I mean a few of the Texas teams. Also, shout out to the Atlanta team. The Atlanta team led the effort to partnering with the Andretti's entertainment company, and they had the hookup on the Ghostbusters VR Academy. The Atlanta team was probably one of the first when the game officially came out. I know the Orlando team got a really early sneak peek, but after the official release, I think Atlanta might have been the first, and then we jumped on a couple of weeks later, and then Yellow Rose over near Houston, you guys had your own experience a few weeks after that. So finally, I get to ask you, please tell the folks about your experience playing not only the VR Academy, but I think you also got to play the Ecto Racing game, right?
No, it wasn't out.
No? Oh my god, I thought you guys did. My bad.
No, it wasn't out. But
Tell us about the Academy.
it was the most immersive experience you can have in throwing a rope. To use a Ghostbusters term, I have never felt that experience before. And the 2009 video game, incredible. Spirits Unleashed, great game. The immersiveness and holding the wand and throwing it out there and catching a ghost and having to wrangle it in, I've never had an experience like that. I thought that it was insane. Are you off, Ted, or is it just me?
Manual. All right. Mute is off. I first played it months ago now. Feels like over a month ago. And Andre's in the chat. SA better than Houston. We still love Houston. We still love our friends over in Houston. So my experience was much like yours. It was so immersive. It was so good. I really don't have anything bad to say about it other than it could have been longer. I'm not saying it was too short. I'm saying I could have gone another 15, 30 minutes like in that world. The attention to detail, the thought process behind the story, right? Because Is it spoilers if we talk about it? They've had time.
No, we can't do spoilers. I mean, what you're saying is, I mean, there's a
What
little bit of a little bit of a training period. Then you go a river of slime. I mean, it really kept with our themes.
what I want to say is that you're you're a character in this world. You are a Ghostbuster, of course, and you are being pulled in a way. You're on a platform that travels through different scenes, right? And these aren't exact scenes from the movies, but they are extremely familiar. You're going to recognize every single place you visit from the prior two films, basically, right? And you get to see, characters and ghosts and ghouls that you're familiar with. And that is what makes it so cool. You also get to communicate with your team, which I didn't know if that was going to be possible or not because you're wearing a headset, right? But somewhere in the headset is a microphone so you can actually talk to one another. I don't know if you actually get to. I wish it was louder. I really wanted like full immersion.
Yeah.
Make my ears bleed, rumble in my headphones, but just it's
Yeah.
so cool the places you get to see and the ghosts you get to capture. I think I told you, you may have forgotten because it was so long ago, but I did pull a little bit of a fail. I There's certain elements in the game where you are meant to dodge an attack,
Yeah.
and I wasn't fully prepared to do that, so I actually kind of kneeled down to dodge an attack. I went too fast, and I basically just, like, went down on all fours. I was on the ground. I mean, maybe as a Ghostbuster, that's, expected sometimes, you know? Venkman got slimed
Okay.
and fell on his back. I mean, it happens. People fall. So, I got back up, though, and I still had the highest score of the day, so I'm still proud about that. I'm glad you got
Yeah.
to play it, though.
Yeah, no, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. I looking back on the experience, and I understand completely why Hollowgate has it set up this way because it's not meant for long form play, right? You need to turn and burn a little bit. You need to get people in and you need to get people out.
Absolutely.
I felt like the whole thing kind of at the end of the day, it kind of felt like the whole thing was a training scenario. Where I would have wanted more, maybe an immersive level here or something to because the whole thing kind of felt the same. I was in different scenarios and I'm looking around and everything looks amazing, don't get me wrong,
Sure.
but the whole thing kind of felt like a training exercise. So by the time that we killed Stay Puff, I'm like, well, let's go again, but there was nothing after that. So it was, but again, that's the format of the game. They have to, there's people waiting in line. You can't just play this thing for hours.
It's a
That's
quick
what I'm
experience.
hoping the Oculus will give us maybe on that game. But overall, I mean, the smiles on the faces of the team when we took when we took everything off and we all looked at each other, we're like, "What was that?" You
Amazing.
cannot feel like you're throwing a proton stream more than on Hollowgate at whatever place you have it in. For us, it was Andretti's. Um, Other folks, it might be different, but go see it.
Go see it. And if you're in the what town is it in? Is it in Katy?
Yeah. So it's right here in Katy. It's right by the Top Golf off FM 290, I think is what it is. But
Sure.
it's incredible. I mean, and Andretti's rolled the carpet out, Ted.
Absolutely.
They gave us cups. I have passes for free um, driving experience, arcade play, laser tag, mini golf. They gave us free drinks at the bar. The whole thing. They rolled the carpet out for the Ghostbusters. It was incredible.
I
They
know
had
I have some too. I just don't know where they are.
they put a sign up that said Ecto One parking only. So Alex threw his car into it, and all of the staff was out there. The Andretti's and Katie had a Slimer costume and a No Ghost costume that they bought themselves
I love it.
to promote the event. It was beautiful. It
I love it.
was absolutely awesome. Anybody, if you've ever had the need to catch a ghost, this is the only way. It feels so real. It's crazy.
This is the best way for now, but you're right. Once that the Oculus Quest game comes out,
Yeah, it's more for
I
long play.
I hope so. I really hope the replay value is up there. It could just be a story mode, single player. I don't remember the specs of it. We need to go revisit that actually because
Yeah.
I don't recall when it comes out. It's got to be in the fall, right? I think it's fall or
Well, I think it was supposed to come out a couple times.
all right. We'll see what's up. But if you guys have had your own experience playing the Ghostbusters VR Academy, let us know. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What was your favorite part about it? Let us know in the comments. And if you need to find your nearest location, best thing to do is go to hologate.com, HOLOGATE.com. There's locations on there, and you can try and use the map to find a location near you. Make sure you call in advance to ensure they have the Ghostbusters VR Academy. I don't want you guys to travel for nothing, so be sure to check it out. And again, let us know what you guys think. Next up on the docket is something we're all extremely excited about, or at least most of the people. GB4, aka Firehouse, is now in the news every week. We thought it was going to be slow for a while filming is going on, but no, not at all. And can we please hopefully stop with the speculation whether or not Bill Murray is or is not going to be in the movie?
Can
We
confirm is.
He's been spotted so many times now in the UK this week. It is laughable. Most recently with David Walliams, who's a British comedian who took a photo with two legends, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. So if you want to check out the photo, it's on D Walliams on Instagram. But there's been speculation for so long, and I'm not really sure why. Ernie told us this was going to happen like months ago. Ernie said, everybody's coming back, the Afterlife cast, Dan. He said Bill. He said Bill, and there's no other Bill we expect him to be talking about other than Pete Venkman. So, um, I'm I was never worried. I don't know why people thought like I heard people say like, "Oh, Murray's performance in Afterlife, he was completely checked out, and he like phoned it in." And I'm like, "Where's this coming from? Do you know Venkman's like attitude at all times? The guy couldn't give two f's about anything he's doing, but that's just Pete Venkman. It's Pete Venkman in his 70s. Like, why wouldn't he act that way? It's not Bill Murray not caring. It's Pete Venkman getting old.
But
Am I
also
wrong?
well, no, you're right. The character of Pete Venkman is over it. Like, if you're sitting with the actor and you're saying, "How am I going to portray this?" You're going to tell them like you're over it. He was over it when it was starting. He was over it the whole time. That's the comedy of the character, is that he's just sort of over it. And that's why he says bonehead, and that's why he talks trash to Gozer in the last movie. I'm actually hoping that Bill Murray gets his wish in this movie, and not because I don't like Venkman, but I hope they kill him and they send him off the way. And the way he's smiling here, Bill Murray and Venkman, they're over it, right? That's the character. That's the funny of it, and
I
I hope
agree.
I hope that they give that to them.
I agree. I kind of I'm not arguing with people, but I'm telling them like you do know who Venkman is, right? Like he's been like this since, kind of midway through the first movie. He was
He
definitely
didn't
like
even
that.
in Ghostbusters 2, he didn't even put a suit on until the final scene where he had to save Oscar. He wore just regular. You could almost interchange screenshots with Groundhog Day. He was wearing just like a pea coat and a suit. He didn't even wear a Ghostbusters uniform until the final scene in Ghostbusters 2. I mean, this is Venkman's character. He never
We
really wanted to be a part of this.
No, it was like ghost busting, solving the mysteries, discovering the river of slime. It was Egon, Spangler, Ray, and Winston
And
going to
yeah,
Venkman, going like, "Hey, we're gonna go check out the train system. There's also could be an influx or an increase in the rat population. Do you want to go with us?" No, he's trying to get into Dana's pants. That's
no,
what
he's
he
over it.
cares
Yeah,
about. Yeah. This isn't the most important thing to him, but he's still going to do it when it's absolutely necessary. When you mess with Oscar, that's when all bets are off.
but that's so Bill Murray
That is
because
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is the reluctant genius. He doesn't want to be as good as he is, but he knows he's that good, and this is his job, and so he's just going to sort of slapstick give it to you. And I don't know why you would expect anything different. I hope that he gets what he wants here, and the smirk on their faces, they got something in store.
I love it. I love it.
They have a smirk. Look at it. Look at Dan. I mean,
That would be
just
me. That would absolutely be me.
they are cheesing. But I love it. I think it's great. I'm glad that we're getting real time press releases. I'm glad that we're getting leaks. We saw the hats of the crew, right? That came out of Firehouse London.
So
Um,
this is a recreation by Ghostbusters Mania. The bottom one, I think, is more in line with what we expect the logo to actually look like. But the production team, as you mentioned, is wearing hats with this logo on it, which of course represents the London signs for their train system or their subway system, right?
yeah,
Their
the
tunnel
Metro,
system,
the
the metro.
Metro.
Absolutely. So, if any of these are on eBay in the near future, I'm gonna try to get one. Although I already have a hat in that color, everybody knows that.
Ted, you love that. You love that blue color, Ted.
It's that Superman blue, baby.
If you could give some anything merch in that color, Ted will buy it. I think it's sick. I love it. The Metro vibes that it gives, having exclusive merch for the team. It just goes to show that Gil and Jason understand what this franchise is, and having these little things like for me when Alex gave me this hat. I look at this hat like when I put this hat up in my hat closet, it gets placed in its own separate particular thing. They know what the franchise brands mean, and having this exclusive merch is just buying that team in even more. And the fact that they're doing stuff like this, little things, spending money here and there on stuff like that, I know it's going to be leading towards better product because if the team is bought in, then they're good. I love this, and I'm wondering if these guys are going to get shut down because I saw them post that too. I was like, damn, I don't know. Is Ghost Corps going to come after it? Because they don't touch us on a lot of stuff. As Ghostbusters fans, we have a lot of liberty on some property, but I wonder if this is something exclusive just for those folks working on it, and if they'll kind of step in a little bit.
Andre's still in the chat, chilling with us. Love it, like he says. He also says, "I need to get me one of those hats, dude." Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're so good. I I'm gonna welcome and I'm gonna soak up every ounce of information I can
yeah.
because we don't know how many of these we're gonna get, folks. This is only the fifth Ghostbusters movie since 1984. That's less than Star Wars movies. That's less than most horror franchises. Like, there's been what, 11 Friday the 13th, maybe?
Yeah, and we don't even need to get into the Fast series.
No, Fast series. I mean, doubled this already. So I'm going to appreciate every single thing we can because I don't know how many of these we're going to get. There's only been 5 official Ghostbusters movies overall. And for those who ask me, yes, we're going to call this one number 4 because it is the 4th in this universe. And that's the only reason why. For anybody who likes 2016, I do too. It's entertaining.
It's
But
the fifth. It's the fifth Ghostbusters movie. It's the fourth in the timeline.
absolutely.
Very easy.
That's all it is. Nothing else about that. So, if you guys have anything else that comes up, anything else you guys want to talk about, anything else you see online, send it our way. Now, if you have like villain spoilers and stuff like that, You can keep those to yourself. That's where I draw the line.
Well, you can send
Anything
that to me. You can send it to me.
Send that to Maddie. He doesn't care about spoilers. With me, I don't want to know who the villain is. Anybody else is probably not off limits in my mind. But that's just me. The last thing I want to talk about, and it's actually something that's extremely, extremely important to me, and I'm going to try and keep a level head here. We helped. All we did was help. We didn't do a lot of the work you guys did. We helped gather over 40 Ghostbusters chapters across the United States of America, and we all had different ways of running a toy drive in our communities. It was extremely successful. We in the end, we collected almost 10,000 toys, over $11,700, and 300 pounds of food. I still have those numbers on my computer because I want to be reminded on what we can do when you bring passionate people like Ghostbusters chapters together. And when we were going through the planning stages and everything, you had so many people in these groups that were saying, you know what? There's other things that we care about. There's other things we want to do. There's other ideas that we have. And we said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell us, show us. What is it? What is it? And one after another, people were saying, oh, my wife's a teacher. Oh, my sister's a teacher. They really need school supplies. Oh, I know about this district or this place. They really need supplies for their offices or whatever. So we have been slowly, but we're getting there, planning a school supply drive that's going to take place July 7th through the 31st. If you are a Ghostbuster chapter across the country and you would like to participate, it is not hard. These are the only things that we're asking you to do. You find a school or a district. It could be near you, it could not be near you. It's totally up to you. And you talk to them and you let them know you would like for them to be the beneficiaries of your school supply drive. And then between July 7th and July 31st, you collect whenever you're able to. If it's only one day, make it one day and make it count. If it's a week, if it's a weekend, if it's every weekend between July 7th and the 31st, by golly, go for it. And we're not going to stop you. The more, the merrier. The goal is to get as many chapters to jump in to the effort as many as possible. Our group, the Ghostbusters of San Antonio, we're going to be, I'll tell you about us in a second, but we're participating. The Ecto 360 team up in the Northwest, they've already said we're going to participate as well. The Portland Ghostbuster team, they've already said we're ready. We're ready to answer the call. And the Yellow Rose Ghostbusters, they've already made their commitment as well. They're going to participate as well.
Yeah,
So,
and actually, Andretti's helped us
yes.
with that. So the marketing director of Andretti's in Katy, Texas, said that they will be the hub for the Yellow Rose Ghostbusters for the school drive, and they're going to put a lot of marketing dollars behind it. And I don't say that in a way to be, well, I guess I know I am. If you put in the effort with some local businesses, even if your town is small, they will hop behind these things. It's only a benefit to the company and your neighborhood for you to step up and ask them to help you with this. And that's what we did um, with Rob and the church and everything that with SATX. I mean, I'm sure you guys have plenty of things going on there. But just try, ask. If you're out there, just reach out to some business and say, hey, can I put something out here for a school drive? Yeah, you'll be surprised how many yeses you get. It's gonna be very difficult to find a no out there.
Here's the key, right? If you're watching this now, if you're watching this at a later time, here's the keys. Matt's already kind of said it. You just you pick a school or you pick a district, right? Um, Keep it simple. Somebody you know or someplace nearby. Let them know what you want to do. Ask them what they need. They have school supplies list. They also have teachers that need things. So if it's not for the students, get stuff for the teachers. Secondly, like Matt said, find a place of business to help you guys out. Andretti's in Katy, they're helping them. Andretti's in San Antonio, they actually want to help us too. On Ghostbusters Day, we're probably going to start our collection process because we're going to be at Andretti's and on June 8th, and we'll keep those items running through July. Um, but if you can't go to Andretti's, I would strongly recommend you go give a call to your nearest Five Below. Five Below came up big for us during our winter toy drive, our nationwide Christmas toy drive. Five Below are fantastic. They absolutely love Ghostbusters chapters. And if you call them and you let them know what you're trying to do, and all you need to do is set up outside, I'm willing to bet there are school supplies at Five Below, right?
Yeah.
So people can talk to you. They go in, they buy some stuff, they come back out, they drop it in your bucket, they drop it in the box, they throw it in the ecto, fill the ecto with school supplies. It's going to
Oh,
be fantastic.
and use those words. We found this out during the toy drive. Fill the ecto.
Fill the ecto.
Whatever it is about those words, people fill the thing up. And if your Five Below doesn't work or you don't have a Five Below, your local comic book shop. That's the go-to next after that. Go to your local comic book shop and say, "Hey, we're nerds like you. You guys need business. We want you to get business. We want to raise some stuff for this." And they will let you put a box up. I promise you. Just contact your local comic book shop and they will be there for you. If it's not Five Below, we're lucky. We're in a big metro area, so we can get things like Andretti's. That's not the case for everything everywhere. But your local nerd shop, even if it's not a comic book shop, whoever has the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, whoever has the Yu-Gi-Oh games, whatever it is, hit them up and ask if you can put a box outside, and you'll fill it up, guaranteed.
Here's the final piece of what our team is doing. And if there's any Texas groups, I'm actually going to bring this up to the Yellow Rose team if they would like to join us. When I was thinking about, help starting this and doing this, there's only one place in my heart that I wanted to help make an effort. And so I'm letting everybody know now that our team and any other Texas groups that want to collectively put our collections and our donations together. Our donations are going to go to the elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. I've already spoken with leaders over there in Uvalde. They are extremely excited. Our team members have visited multiple times uh, there before, and it is still a story that impacts me to this day. It's hour and a half from where I live, and
It's the most important thing in the world. Is
it's
protecting our kids, um, and it's tough. I mean, and we don't really want to, put a haunt on the show, even though it's Ghostbusters Radio. But these are things that don't leave their communities. It leaves news headlines. It'll get brushed away in news headlines, but these communities are going to be impacted by those events forever.
yeah.
And these kids they're going to hear the legends, the rumors. You think even 5, 6 year old kids are on the bus and hear about, hey, did you hear about that thing that happened? That 5 or 6 year old kid had never even thought about that before, but now it's on their minds. And these communities, that's going to last for decades. And so anything that we can do to protect them, make them feel loved, Uvalde strong all day.
Absolutely. So our donations are going to go there. Like I mentioned, I've already talked to the leaders. We've already set some dates for everything, so we're good to go. And it's extremely important to not um, ever forget about them. I don't know how else to say it. Got to keep them in your hearts at all times. They're still hurting. I'm hurting, and I'm not even from Uvalde. I don't
Yeah.
know anybody in that place,
Well,
but
you're a
it's
sensitive guy,
so
Ted.
It's so close to home. It's an hour, a little over an
Yeah,
hour drive from here,
and
and
you have a baby girl,
yeah, it's
and
just
so, but it's tough, and so that's awesome. You guys are doing that. I haven't talked with Yellow Rose on where we're sending money yet, um, but we all live in major metro areas, so we're gonna get together. It's beautiful that we have Andretti's, but it's important for everyone listening to this. Hey, your local shop, man. Your local
absolutely.
your local flower shop. Your local sign and cosign, shop, your buy and sell shop, whoever. If they allow you to put a box outside, then put it out there and get some money.
Make a difference, folks. Answer the call. If you're again, I don't want anybody to think that this is going to be complicated or it's going to take too much effort. I promise you, it's not. We had almost 50 chapters in December. Uh, collect toys over a month period because it took was like a little bit of time and just one or two phone calls and you're set. So this is another great cause. Pick somebody in your area, in your hometown. It's going to be fantastic. So if you have questions, if you want to join, you can DM us, send us a message on Facebook. You can also email us on the contact page of our website at www.countdowncitygeeks.com. And you can also reach out to us on the Ghostbusters SATX Facebook page, so the San Antonio, Texas Ghostbusters. Reach out to us there, and we'll give you more information. Let's do it again. Let's do it again, and let's do something else after that. Like I don't want to say there's no reason to. There's no reason to not try and keep this momentum going. um so yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are
Yeah, and
too.
I've already talked with Ryan Espen in New York City, and they're going to save the telethon for their toy drive because that's their thing. And they said they'll be fully involved with us with this though. So Ghostheads Radio will be completely heading up the toy drive, and we're more than willing to step up to the plate on that. And we're going to be in their timeline here in the next couple of weeks. You're going to be seeing us, and you're going to be hearing from us. So if you don't get the message now, you're going to get it soon, and get everybody else on board because we're going to be on that timeline here in the next couple of weeks. So join up, do your thing,
Uh,
do your part.
Absolutely. Reach out to us with any questions. We absolutely love all you guys. Right before we get out of here, Texans taking care of Texans.
Yeah,
What it's about. That's what it's
yeah.
about. Right before we get out of here, I just wanted to show off. This is a Terror Dog Bobblescape that I purchased from a local retailer, Real Retro, over off of Eisenhower at the Eisenhower Market. This little guy is so well detailed, and he comes on this little statue. Ah, look at him! Look at him!
And we have a speaking of real retro, 10. Um, is it one of the best places to
Oh
go
yeah.
get some merchandise? Is it a really cool spot to go check out if you're out and about on a weekend?
Absolutely. I again got this at Real Retro. Definitely lower than the original retail price, and it's like, you know how they say, like, kid in a candy store? It's more than that. It's like you're in retro 80s and 90s heaven. It's my childhood encapsulated in a physical manifestation of a retail store. It's roughly like 2,000 square feet, and it's filled with like memorabilia, merchandise, nostalgia, action figures, video games, anything that you grew up with. They actually have it there. So if you're in the San Antonio area, you're not going to find this guy anymore, but please, please, please go visit Real Retro over off of Eisenhower Road
I
on the
need them
east
to
side.
have not the remake, the original turtle van that tosses the pizza. Um, so I'm going to be in touch with the ownership over there to say, hey, how can I get that Ninja Turtles van that tosses the pizza, the original one? But they're a great partner of us, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about them soon as well. And so with that, Ted, I mean, I think, are we good?
We are good. Last shout out. It's just a shout out Shout out to Terror Dogs Inc. I purchased these awesome Ghostbuster stickers, these spectral Ghostbuster stickers, about a month ago, and I promise I give them a shout out. They are absolutely incredible. They only have a few packs left. If you're trying to get these awesome Ghostbuster Spectre pack stickers, um, DM them, message them on Instagram, and yeah, definitely check them out because they're so freaking cool. They're all going on my pack. That's where they're going.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
With that, that is the end of our show. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to John from the South Carolina team for joining us. Again, if you're just joining us now, they are having an incredible raffle. It's to benefit Heather Bradley's family. Heather Bradley, who they lost on their team. And so support the team, support Heather's family by joining and donating in that raffle to get your own tickets. The prizes are incredible, but more importantly, you're helping out our fellow brothers and sisters with the South Carolina Ghostbuster chapters. And so find the link in the chat and also visit the South Carolina Ghostbusters on social media to get more information. For the Ghostheads radio show, my name is Ted, a.k.a. Steady. Joining me as always, my partner in crime, the one, the only, Matty B.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Feels good. Feels good.
It does. We haven't done this in a while, Ted.
Have a great night, folks. Maybe you will hear from us this weekend. What am I referring to?
Nothing. We're not, no plugs.
No plugs, but we'll see you soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace.